This will be my review for Moon Knight Episode 2, and I'm not really going to be, pulling any punches with spoilers or anything like that, so this is obviously a spoiler warning, because anybody can watch it anytime they want on Disney+. So will be a spoiler warning for Moon Knight Episode 2, and if you enjoyed this video today, feel free to like and subscribe for future Marvel content. So I think at the beginning especially, they do a really good job on maintaining the level of questioning in regards to like what's real and what's not real, such as like making it so that only Moon Knight is able to see the jackals. Nobody else can see the jackals. So at the beginning, it really adds kind of a layer of mystery as to what's real and what's not. So I like that a lot. In a general sense, I think this episode acts as a really good, I guess you could call it kind of like a connector episode. Because, it's filling in more of the information as to what exactly is going on with the main story of this series. We get a little bit of exposition as to why Moon Knight has his powers and, that Khonshu saved Mark Spector's life, and as a result, Mark owes him a debt. So it's kind of giving more exposition as to his origin. I hope we actually see that origin play out, maybe in like a flashback in the next episode. We'll see, though. So when it comes to Mr. Knight, right, so I didn't hate the introduction of Mr. Knight. I feel like a lot of people might. I kind of am neither here nor there on it. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the introduction of Mr. Knight. Although I will say it does feel a little bit odd as to how it happened. Like, this episode in general almost makes it seem like Mr. Knight is the Moon Knight-esque persona of Stephen Grant, and the regular Moon Knight persona is attached to that of Mark Spector. That's just kind of how this episode made it feel a little bit, but we'll see how this show continues to unfold to see if, like, Mark Spector uses the suit of Mr. Knight or anything like that. I also respect the fight against the Jackal, so I liked the fight scenes in this episode, but it was kind of funny with the fight against the Jackal because it was obviously a play on how Moon Knight could be the only one to see it. So, Stephen Grant and Layla were getting hit by invisible attacks and stuff like that, and you couldn't see the enemy. It made sense in the context of the episode in that regard, but it's also kind of funny because it might have also intentionally been done to save money on CGI and visual effects. So if that's the case, it's a clever way to go about it, so I didn't mind that. Although I will say it seems like they may be covering up for certain VFX inconsistencies, or maybe, I don't want to say unfinished because I feel like that's an insult, so I guess I'll just say VFX inconsistencies by having fights take place in like dimly lit areas. I don't entirely agree with the sentiment just yet. I've seen a lot of people talk about that, like when superhero movies or shows, they get away with bad VFX when things take place in the dark. I don't entirely agree with that, but we'll see if that's the case with this episode. I just do think it was funny that, they were getting hit by invisible attacks and stuff like that. But I do hope we see more action sequences in the series and more lit areas so I can see things better, and I also hope it's not all, the Jackals aren't always invisible all the time and stuff. But overall, I think it was a great episode. It does a really good job on building the hype for what's really going on, and in my opinion, this show could honestly be on pace to become the best Disney Plus series so far. I just really like what they're doing with it, and I like the mystery. I like the nitty-gritty action that it's setting up. I can't wait to see more of it, and I think it's doing a really good job so far. So that wraps it up for this review. If you enjoyed this video today, feel free to like and subscribe for future Marvel content. I appreciate you for watching the video.